What holds the key to your manifesting success? Let me ask you these two questions. What if the prison you live in is made of your own thoughts? And what if the key to everything you want is already inside of you? So let me just ask you one more question. Are you watching this video because there's something more, something better, whether it's more wealth, better health, more love, that is calling for you in your life, in your reality? See, most people, they try to manifest from their current reality, but that is the trap. That's the trap. That's the hamster wheel. And in this video, I'm going to share a couple of insights with you that I will share what I learned and show you the one power that Neville Goddard says can break you free and shift your entire life. It's not a trick. This is the truth about who you really are. And let me also say, I shared a couple of videos on this, that I actually dived into the work of Neville Goddard, yes, but I also went into, in 2025, with all the knowing and knowledge we have today about the brain, about your subconscious, is Neville Goddard's work actually something that can help you, me, your neighbor, manifest your dream life? And my answer is yes. So let's dive into this. The power Neville Goddard speaks about. First of all, maybe you can relate to the situation of you are in one place in your life, and maybe it feels like a hamster wheel, or it's not only feeling like it the reality is that it's the hamster wheel that you're experiencing. You are trying something, but you keep coming back to the same thing. Whether it's money. I've heard so many people talk about, I want more money, but whatever happens, I work hard, I try to do the things, but I still end up with a lack of money. I also heard people who have enough money, but for some reason they lose it and they get it back, or they have enough money and they don't feel like life is beautiful. I was there for some years. I thought money was the thing that would help me. I got the money, but I still felt something inside of me that was not what I expected. So coming back, maybe you're here, there's something calling for you, there's a desire inside of you. And that desire, my belief is stronger and stronger than that desire that's in there. Let that unfold. And to let it unfold and actually getting that desire to express itself in your reality, here comes the thing from Neville Goddard. Here comes the thing from Neville Goddard. The thing from Neville Goddard is about using your imagination. And I just found a couple of lines that I want to share with you from Neville Goddard here. He says, the real man is a magnificent imagination. And it is this self that must be awakened. And Neville Goddard speaks about this consciousness inside of you, inside of all of us, that must be awakened. This is our transformation. This is your transformation to the dream life you want to live. No one else is responsible for this. And Neville Goddard took a few lines that I want to share with you here, and then I'm going to share a couple of insights on how to use your imagination. Awake, though that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall thee light. From Ephesians 5:14. Neville Goddard speaks about in this chapter how the power of manifestation is already inside of you, but most people are trapped in their current reality. And I know how that feels. I tried that for so many years, being trapped in that hamster wheel of trying to figure it all out, of trying to work myself out of lack, work myself out of not being self-confident, work myself out of figuring out what I'm supposed to do, work myself out of all of these things. Only to find out that when I actually realized those things, I was still not happy, because I tried to manipulate instead of awakening myself. And this is what I want to invite you to today from Neville Goddard's work. Awake yourself. Awake that part of you that is so much more than what you are. This is passion here. So much more than what you are experiencing right now in your life, wherever you are. I've coached and helped entrepreneurs who had businesses for 20 or 30 years, who were so successful, but something like really was hurting in their chest or in their stomach, and they were not happy. They didn't feel life was beautiful. And at the same time, it was like there was something else that they wanted. And for me, what I want to invite you to is ignite that flame of passion, of desire inside. Ignite that and let it, like Neville Goddard says here, let it magnify. Let that part of you that want to express itself, that want to show itself, that's the God part of you, the consciousness part of you, let that awaken. And Neville Goddard's one thing here is the imagination. It's the imagination. And my invitation to you is to actually to play with this, because what I found out myself was, if I struggle too much with this, if it becomes something like a struggle to figuring out what to manifest, how to manifest it, what it is that I desire, and my brain could come into a mode where it felt like hard work, and that's not how it's supposed to be, then it's not the consciousness, then it's not the part of you that could actually create some magnificent things. You're so much bigger than the thinking going on. Not saying not to think, but this was one of the big things for me, and I'm still playing with this, and I just want to serve it to you right here to awaken that consciousness inside of you, and from there, use that imagination, or let those two grow together. Use that imagination together with your consciousness expanding, and ignite that fire inside of you, the flame inside of you. When that happens, you probably felt this in your life sometimes, and maybe this actually in this video, it's a good thing to maybe even pause the video to just, whatever shows up inside of you now, a couple of experiences in your life where you were just like on fire. And it's not about being a man or woman or anything here. It's about that fire inside of you. Whether it was going on a holiday, whether it was a business project, whether it was getting a new job or a new girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever it is, that fire, you know how that is. And just recall that. Maybe even seeing if you can like stay with that energy for a couple of moments and feel how that felt. Opening up your portal to energy like that, and then play with your desire, play with your imagination, awaken that consciousness inside of you, that maybe it's just there, it just wants you to connect with it. It's truly passion coming out of me here. And as we do that, as I began with in the beginning of this video, many people are trapped in the realities that they are in right now. Me too. I have experienced that for so many years. Many people are trapped in that reality, so they keep running around in the hamster wheel. And maybe it's the time now for you, just let me know if this resonates with you. Maybe if it's the time now for you to let go of that hamster wheel, let go of that reality, which is the hardest thing probably for people, because it's in the habits, in the system, it's in the subconsciousness, it's what we learned all the time. So I'm not talking about this being very easy or anything, but it's pretty simple. Let go of all of this, whether it's lack of money, whether it's bills showing up, whether it's whatever it is. Maybe this video is the time for you to this is the ignition for you, your consciousness, for your fire, for your passion, for your desires to begin expanding inside of you. And from there, like I said with Neville Goddard, play with your imagination. Play with your imagination, feeling that fire inside of you. What would be your dream life? How would it look like? How would wealth look and feel like for you? How would your perfect relationship, whether you are in one or not in a relationship right now, how would the perfect relationship look? How would the perfect relationship with yourself look and feel? How would your perfect health look and feel? Maybe it hurts. I'm 53. I begin to feel that my body, sometimes it aches. Maybe it hurts. And at those times, it's so easy to get trapped in the feeling of hurt. And we are just trapped in that reality. And that's the place where let that be here and use your imagination. Whatever jail, Neville Goddard speaks about jail in many, many examples. Whatever jail you are in, use your imagination, because that's inside of you. That's your imagination. Connect that with the consciousness energy that I spoke about. And you don't have to stay in the feeling of hurt or lack or not being loved or not having the right partner. You can use your imaginations together with that consciousness energy to just let that dream life expand. Like a little kid who hasn't had it's really getting passion, who hasn't had all those knee hurts or putting the finger on the hot stuff or broken relationships, all the hurts, all the business failures, all of those things. The kid has all the fantasies, the imagination is running wild. Kids have that. So maybe it's time for you to step into that energy, to use that power of imagination and just ignite that flame inside of you. Awake. How does this feel? How does this resonate? Just let me know in the comments. I was really passionate here. I love that. So I wanted to share this with you. And before I tell you one big thing, if you want to step into this with, right now it's still new, with just a few, but if you want to step into this, take it a bit further and get a little bit support, there's a link below this video to our manifestation masterclass. It's free, costing $0. And you can just check it out via the link and feel free to join us. Check out what it is and get inside. And now, my last message to you. It's just coming through me from my heart right now to your heart. There's something waiting for you. There's something waiting for you. It's calling for you. And maybe it's been calling for you for days or weeks or months or years. But you know this. You felt this. Maybe it was a whispering. Maybe it was something you felt. Maybe it was intuition. It's something bigger and better and more fulfilling is waiting for you. And my invitation is not to look away from this, but actually to look into that feeling or intuition or whatever it is inside of you. Look into that, follow that, and let go of the old, of the hamster wheel. Let go of the trap. And let me say this very directly to you. I even get goosebumps now. Wherever you are in the world, whatever your reality is right now, you're good enough. And I love you.